Warning: this show may cause you to play more. The consequences of this can include enjoying work, looking forward to coming home, dealing effectively with challenges, and being happy. Welcome to PlayDHD, the premier resource for expert information, conversation, and content focused on play and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, with psychologist and ADHD coach Dr. Kirsten Milliken and author Stacey Turis. Welcome to PlayDHD.
We are here on PlayDHD. I'm Kirsten Milliken, and I'm with my lovely co-host, Ms. Stacey Turis. How are you doing today, Stacey?
I'm doing awesome. Awesome. Having fun already.
Are you? Well, how could you not have fun with our guest today, Bernie DeKoven, who's absolutely incredible. He is somebody who I've followed online for quite a while, and I've emailed him and told him he's the only person who sends out daily, like a newsletter blog thing, who I actually read almost every day. If I miss one, I usually go back to it. So
that is pretty good. That's a high commitment on your part.
It is, yeah, because his blog is actually called Deep Fun. So how could you not pay attention to that?
That's true. That's true.
So we've got him. But first, I also want to point out we have some
awesome
PlayDHD wear. We have PlayDHD wear now, and this is going to be available soon on our website. So I'll be putting that up. We have men's and women's shirts. As you can see, I'm wearing one of the women's shirts.
And
we also have buttons, and we'll be working on some other products. And I will actually be bringing that down to the ACO Coaches Conference, which is coming up. It'll probably have passed by the time this is aired in its entirety, but that is, if you're listening to this live, coming up next week down in Atlanta. So if you are watching this after the conference, then you can go to our website, playdhd.com, and look under in our marketplace if you want one of these t-shirts, so or a button or anything. So do you have any news, Stacey?
Nope.
All right. I mean, and the only other news was what came out in the New York Times this week about how, you know, now we're saying 11% of people are supposedly affected by ADHD, and I don't know if we want to have a conversation about that, but I'm kind of opting not to right now. How about you?
I'm totally with you on the opting, but I do, however, find that that research that came out about the sunnier states having less prevalence of ADHD, I think that's kind of interesting.
Well, and here's one more thing, even though we're not commenting on it. In Australia, their numbers are still between 3 and 5% of the population who have ADHD. So they actually put that out there saying, we don't know what they're doing in the United States there, but we're not getting those numbers. So I don't know what we're doing. It's the ozone. There you go.
It's always the ozone, man. It's always the ozone.
So Bernie DeKoven is joining us. You've already seen him. And we are talking, Bernie put out the book, The Well-Played Game, in 1978, which I actually remember well, some of the changes that happened in my gym physical education curriculum as a elementary school student. He and I were talking the other day, and it's actually being re-released in September, Bernie?
That's
right?
what I've been told.
That's what you've been told, and it's always up for debate, isn't it? Up for change.
Sorry. Look, watch when I itch my nose.
What are you talking about, Stacey? I want to see Bernie lick his nose. Come on, Bernie, I want to see you lick your nose.
Is that good?
That was good. We couldn't help it. We needed to keep these on for a little bit. So I'm good. Shake it off the fleas.
Can we remove? Shake it off.
Shake it off, baby.
My dogs are in the other room shaking off now because
so heavy.
God, it lasts.
I think it's
that thing is really tight around your head.
It was heavy.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. So
I don't know even what we were talking about before I squirreled that one.
I have no idea. I'm actually trying to get us back on track here on our schedule because this thing doesn't want to work. It's not working. All right.
Okay, so you were saying that you remembered that how your PE classes changed as a result.
They did. They did. I had a gym teacher. His name escapes me now. I had a crush on him. But, you know, well, there's like a million connections that I can make to this. One is, you know, Ben Aaron, who is one of the guys at, is it an NBC affiliate or something like that? He's a broadcaster. He's hilarious. He just did a thing on saving dodgeball, right? Because dodgeball is such a mean game. It traumatized so many of us.
Yeah.
And so
scary.
It really is. So Bernie, but and it's very competitive, and it's about like the last player standing and all that good stuff. But I don't want to talk about your book, Bernie. I want to hear you talking about the well-played game because it's much more interesting, and you know more than I do about it.
That's true, having written it and rewritten it.
And lived it.
Yeah, and lived it.
So tell us about, I mean, you used to have this farm, and that was really where you started writing the book. Am I remembering right?
That's correct. It was called The Games Preserve.
So tell Stacey and our viewers more about this Games Preserve, because this just sounds phenomenal.
It was a phenomenon. It was one of those things that people did during that time of our cultural evolution, having like retreat centers and communes, and we had our own little thing that was dedicated to the study of play.
Oh.
And it was a 25-acre farm. My wife and I moved out there in '71, and we very slowly built it up into a place that we could have actual workshops, programs, retreats. It was right. I mean, it was retreats. If people wanted to sleep over, they would be sleeping on these very thin mattresses inside the barn. If people wanted to,
if they wanted to sleep.
If they wanted to sleep, a lot of people never did. And we would all come down to the house, and people would cook in our kitchen. And sometimes we'd eat outside and spread blankets, and sometimes we'd eat inside or just eat walking around or throw food at each other, depending on how things evolved. And then the main feature of it was a barn. First of all, this is a 25-acre farm in eastern Pennsylvania, near Reading. Beautiful rolling hills, gorgeous fields, and fieldstone walls.
Golly, that's so awesome.
It was such a beautiful, quiet place, and it was just remote enough so that people could run around scantily clad.
Oh, good. I was hoping that there was going to be some kind of nakedness in here.
Oh God, yes.
Lots of it.
But that's another story, and I don't want to really.
We don't want to go down that road right now.
That's another show.
Yes.
Bernie back about that.
Yes. However, so anyhow, so we had this big bank barn. A bank barn is a barn that you there's usually a like a road that leads up to the second story. That's a banked road, so that they can bring up their tractors and things into the, you know, and
right.
So this is a big thing, 40 feet by 40 feet, and we started converting it into the ultimate adult play environment for those engaged and interested in exploring ultimate adult play. And we actually thought of adult play as being that same kind of experience that we had as playing as children, but with all of our adultness attached, so that we could really play and think and talk and probe and explore different ways of playing, and you know, get conceptually involved.
Right.
And so the barn wound up having gosh, we had air hockey and one of the first Pong games ever made, and we had these beautiful sculptures from a local artist named Harry Bertoya. These were these beautiful metal sculptures on like a collection of wires.
Oh, cool. They sway.
Excuse me while I breathe.
We need you to stay alive for just a few more minutes.
Yes, it's a commercial break. I understand. Anyhow, so and we had flying rings, and this young woman came over to our place, and she was a dancer, and she developed this thing where she would go on the flying rings and let her hair brush across the Bertoya sculptures and make this beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
And that was just like the kind of play that the place invited. And there were board games. We had beautiful wooden board games and puzzles and the world's flattest, thickest pool table that you could possibly buy with exactly the right lighting and the perfect cues and the nice balls and we had an air hockey game, and above the air hockey game there was ultraviolet light. Is that the right? Blue light, you know. Black
yeah,
light,
uh-huh.
So you could like play in the dark and get all wizzy with, whoa, look.
Look at your teeth, they're glowing.
Yeah, exactly. The idea being that no matter who you came with, there was something that you could find that you would all want to play together.
Well, and you made an interesting comment to me about the fact that you used board games and you had games that kind of already had built-in rules to them for adults for a particular reason, rather than just having more of these kind of open games that sometimes kids play.
Because adults needed a starting point. They were more accustomed to the artifacts of play. So otherwise, it would just been an open place, or we've been out playing in the fields all the time.
Right.
But we needed, I mean, that experience of being surrounded by all these wonderful games gave people a focus so that they could continue pursuing the idea on their own. Now, the ideas that we presented during the sessions, a lot of times these were just like group games, and hardly using any of the equipment in the barn. But the ideas we were presenting were ideas about. Well, let me take this back a little bit. There's an experience in sports where you have like very traditional sports, and you have these athletes who play that, and they're really, really good athletes. They're like as they say, at the top of their game. And when both teams, now this could be like in tennis, or it could be in football, or it can be any game that you can think of, like a real established game, where both teams would reach a point of playing so well together that they could actually look at the game itself and appreciate what they were doing and say to each other, wow, this is really a good game.
Where they're like well matched and similar skills, things like that. Right.
That's right. Very skilled, very professional on their level. Generally, they've been playing for a long time, so they were able to get beyond the external criteria for who's winning and who's losing and how good am I, and really focus on the quality of the game that they played.
That's cool.
So when you and I were talking the other day, I asked you if that was similar to the description of flow for the individual.
Yes. I call that CoLiberation.
Right.
Because it's group flow.
Right.
And when you're experiencing this group flow, it's like a bigger experience than your own flow. Right. And it's like really it just transports you as an individual. It's like love. It's like good sex. It's like a good dance. It's
just an intertwining without thinking.
Yeah. You don't know who's doing the leading.
Yeah.
Or who's doing the following.
And it doesn't even matter.
It does not even matter. And you could have that experience with a child, a parent and a child. You can have that experience with a dog, with a cat, with a squirrel, with a cloud, you know, where you just get to that state where you feel like there's no distance between. Martin Buber wrote about that in a book called I and Thou, which was one of the best spiritual, philosophical descriptions of that state. Ooh. Anyhow.
So Bernie, can I have you hold your next thought? Is that okay?
Oh, wait.
Okay, say it. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
I got it.
Go ahead.
I'm holding it.
You're holding it?
Yeah, but nobody hold it too long.
I'm not gonna. We're gonna pause just for a moment because we do need to get a sponsor spot in here right now for ADHD Crushers.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go.
Do you wish learning could feel more like, I don't know, playing? Well, ADD Crusher videos are guaranteed to help you create mental focus, get and stay motivated, manage time, and more. And these videos are a blast to watch and learn from. They're like veggies for your brain, but candy for your eyes and ears. They're like having your own personal ADHD coach who's brilliant but crazy. And right now, you can get 20% off ADD Crusher videos by using promo code PlayDHD20 at addcrusher.com.
And we're back. Did your brain explode there, Bernie? Did your brain explode?
Pardon me?
Did your brain explode?
No, I was able to hold the thought, but it was like being in a pressure cooker in here.
All right, well, I don't want to distract you anymore, so go ahead. What were you going to tell us?
But the problem was with this wonderful experience is that you had to be like a highly achieved athlete in order to really experience it. Yeah. Right? Or you had to be in some like a very highly evolved human being in order to get to that level that, you know, that with your child or with the cosmos or whatever, you had, because you had to be able to step outside of yourself and see the relationship between you and the other people and appreciate and you know, step outside of your own authorship of the experience and say, man, this is a joint production, you know.
That the universe is guiding it rather than you having to be in control of it.
Well, I'm guiding it too. We're guiding it together. Yeah. It's me and the universe.
Yeah.
But it's looking at it holistically. Yeah. You're seeing the whole picture.
Yeah.
As opposed to just your part.
Right. You're seeing the whole picture with you in it. Which is kind of, generally when people see the whole picture, they don't see themselves as part of it.
Ooh, hold on. Ow.
Ooh.
I have to think about that one later.
Well, you know, it's like I'm looking at the whole picture, so you take the picture, and there's a
picture,
but you're not in it.
Oh, okay. I don't do that. I actually see myself in the whole picture. Okay,
well,
good.
Good, excellent.
Evolved. Stacey evolved.
So anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yay, point.
So that's kind of, I also call that the me-we experience, you know? Because it's important that it's not just we, which I love the we. I mean, really deep into the we, and the W-H-E-E as well as just the W-E. We with the we. But it's the me-we experience where the me is just as much present as the we is. And what the we wants to do is get the me more me, and what the me wants to do is get the we more we, and everybody is meing and weing, and it's just like, oh, right? So that's what really the well-played game experience is like that. It's cosmic. There's a great book by Bill Russell, who was a big basketball guy for the Boston Celtics, and he wrote a book called Second Wind, Memories of an Opinionated Man, in which he talks, as an athlete, he talks about that experience. And where he says, you know, I was playing this game, and the Celtics were up by 30 points, and we were just like creaming the other guy and it was the other team, and it was a big. This was like a money game, you know. We were on the and then we're gonna win the trophy, and he says, I was so disappointed that the other team wasn't playing better, you know.
Right, because he wanted it to be that.
I wanted it to be a good game. It wasn't a good game. We were winning, but it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so what I discovered is that is that kids have this well-played game experience all the time too, but they don't get into the thing of I got to be really good in order to experience it. They just change the rules.
Yeah. Or they try.
That's true. That's awesome too. I like that
rules,
method.
or they cheat if they have to cheat, or they quits and then they come back in and then they, or they throw something at people. They find
They just have to take their ego out of it. They take their ego out of it, and that's how you really play.
Yeah.
I want to be throwing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So that led me to writing the book, The Well-Played Game, because what I realized and what I started practicing with people was that very thing, that we could just change the rules. So for example, we had all the board games in the games reserve. All the board games were on turntables.
That's awesome.
And the rule was, implicit, was that whenever you wanted to, you could just turn the game around.
You can take the other side.
Take the other side. Because what was the focus? The focus was on creating this good game together. It wasn't
That is fabulous.
Right.
That one simple rule changes everything. Amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it. It's you're experiencing the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's like deep, man.
That's
We've
so
talked about
deep.
that. Yeah.
Bernie, you and I could have a good time, my friend. I can tell.
Yeah, well, I have had my fun in my life. That's true.
I bet you have. So that was published in 1978.
Yes.
And it was republished in, 2002?
Well, yeah, I decided that I just wanted to make it, keep it alive, and so I had the copyright and everything, and I found Vanity Press, and so it wasn't really republished as much as I republished it. But
Okay.
I wanted
But
to
this time around is a little different. Tell us about what's prompted this upcoming re-release of the book.
I'm so glad you asked.
Oh, I'm so glad I asked too, because I
Me
like this
too.
part.
So, in the last few years, it seems that many people who are designing computer games have found in the Well-Played Game a much needed guide to how to have fun in a social environment.
I just got goosebumps.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
The first time you're the first guest to make her have goosebumps.
Woo!
That's pretty good. Hold on, we'll give you a little here.
Yeah, that was delicious.
Yummy.
For me as well.
So at any rate, yeah, so this is and this guy named Eric Zimmerman, who has written many guides to how to design games.
Yep.
In one of his, or two of his books, he, shall we say, quoted extensively from the Well-Played Game.
Oh, that's so cool. Don't you feel like a badass?
Yeah!
Yeah. You're a
Not just my ass
badass.
either. I'm just bad.
That's awesome.
That was rude. I didn't
There's no
realize-
such thing as rude on this show.
There isn't.
Okay, sorry.
So so we went on to no, that was later. So he encouraged me to consider republishing it. He found out about MIT Press, and I submitted the book to them, and they liked the idea, lo and behold. And he wrote an introduction to the book, a preface, that is just phenomenal, because he takes all the stuff that I write about and grounds it in terms that would make a game designer, a computer game designer, understand what it's all about. And then later, he and I did a session at Indiecade that was just, I think this year or the year before.
Yeah.
Indiecade is where independent game designers, computer game designers.
Yeah. Wasn't that in Holland or?
No, Holland was DIGRA. And this was,
that's right.
that's the DIGRA, Digital Graphics Research Association.
Yep.
And I did a wonderful session. That was just, oh man, and those people are so positive positive and energetic. Those young game designers, it's like some of the hippies were in the 70s, because only they're making money.
Yeah.
Right. Lots of money.
Lots of money. Some of them are not so interested in money. They just want to make games that explore different social patterns. And I mean, there's just some wonderful games coming out of this environment that are just like new games. They open up. Are we okay, honey? Are you losing yourself?
I missed it. My dog is back here moving all my curtains. Do you see that?
Well, I thought we had a cosmic visitor for a moment.
Yeah. The dog was back there and decided that I needed to pull my curtain to the side. That was kind of funny.
Bernie, don't you feel honored, though, that what you wrote in, what it was 78, right? What you had published in 78 is so timeless and still to this day so relatable, even with how far technology has come in that amount of time. I mean, technology is crazy, and your information is still 100% valid and relatable to now. It's awesome.
It's beyond honored. I feel smug, as a matter of fact.
I would too.
I think it's just, it's phenomenal that back then you created this thing that's, to me, it's not even just about the fact that, you know, it's relatable to technology, but we really need it now, in part because of technology, because the world is going a million miles an hour and we're all sucked into it. And so many people are forgetting to play. So,
yeah, we're forgetting play. We forget what fun is. That's a big thing, man. I've been writing about the Deep Fun website.
Yeah, I love that blog.
I've just been exploring what fun means in a different way. And now I'm into playfulness. I just love that word. And I'm encountering so many beautiful demonstrations of playfulness on the web and with kids and animals. And it's such a wonderful word. And we so much need to understand that because it's like, it's part of our repertoire of behaviors to be playful, and we don't honor that because we don't really, it's not well advertised.
That's right.
And yet, you know, you look at these music videos. I saw this beautiful, that's another story.
Bernie's really good at reeling himself in like some of the rest of us. So, Bernie, we're going to pause for just a moment because I've got to go to another sponsor spot real quickly, and we'll come back and I want to talk to you more about this upcoming release of the Well Played game. So, just right back.
Do you wish learning could feel more like, I don't know, playing? Well, ADD Crusher videos are guaranteed to help you create mental focus, get and stay motivated, manage time, and more. And these videos are a blast to watch and learn from. They're like veggies for your brain, but candy for your eyes and ears. They're like having your own personal ADHD coach who's brilliant but crazy. And right now, you can get 20% off ADD Crusher videos by using promo code PlayDHD20 at addcrusher.com.
Okay, we're back. Amazing.
Yay! We missed everybody. So.
I love our sponsors. They go by though, and I look so forward to coming back to our guests. So there we go. So we were just talking about how necessary it is in many ways to be reintroducing this topic of games and fun and playfulness, especially to adults in this day and age.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not, you know, this is the thing. This is what, as being a playful person, what I have found is that being playful is not necessarily a very, according to some people, adult way to act. Or if you are playful, then you must be shirking your other responsibilities. So I actually, you know, have had a hard time with other people understanding, you know, that's how, especially, you know, when with Facebook and it's so advertised, right? Now, when you do things and you post pictures and man, I mean, talk about freak flags. Every one of my freak flags is out for everyone to see. But so it is. it's crazy that, you know, that's not only is it not advertised, it's sometimes, you know, not even highly accepted.
Absolutely. And I frequently say to people that playing in public is a political act. You know?
Yeah.
Be outside and actually just be having fun, because it's like such a violation of the dull, fearful routine that has come to dominate our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, it's really true. You know, the way kids are not they don't play freely anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way parents are with them all the time.
They have to meet standards, and they have to be safe, and they have to, yes.
The way school has been structured, so that kids have no sense of their own authority or their own direction, and I mean, it's a big, it's really time, and I'm hoping that people who are playful, like you, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that you're playful, because I know that
You know,
the last thing you want to hear.
we are.
I totally missed that. I was my thing went out. What did I miss?
We were just telling dirty jokes.
Oh, doggone it!
Those are Stacey's favorite.
Shoot.
Oh,
But the moment's over now, Stacey.
All right,
Sorry.
it's all right.
okay.
You can listen to it
I'm
later.
just saying that your playfulness is a political act, that being playful and sharing it with the world is becoming a standard bearer for fun, for freedom, for openness, for creativity, for spontaneity. And this is like, you know, it's worth being a little bit embarrassed about. It's worth having to suffer the whatever people.
I'm a play warrior. I don't care.
Yes.
I don't see how people grow at all in their lives if they're not having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see how you can do it. So
Anyhow, that's what the Well Played game is about. That's what my website is about. That's what my life is about. And
so the website, again, just in case people are missing, is deepfun.com. And there's tons of, I mean, all of your blog posts are on there. You've got tons of games on there, ideas for people. You've got information about yourself.
Yep, it's over 10 years of articles and blog posts on it.
Just incredible. I mean, I can spend a whole, you know, not just a day, like days on there. So Bernie, we've come to the part of you being a guest where we like to play a little game.
A game?
You mean like playing a game?
I love games.
It can be a juvenile game, but you know, we play it as adults.
Okay.
We like to play that little game called Truth or Dare.
Oh, there's a 25-second delay on the sound effects. Okay, so truth or dare. Oh, thanks.
There it goes.
Okay.
So we start by asking,
Yes.
truth or dare?
Dare.
Yay!
I was on a truth. I was betting that you were going to take a truth.
Nobody is going to ever take a truth because they know that we'll beat them senseless if they do.
Oh, okay, then I'll tell you a truth. I'm not afraid.
No. I want a dare.
Okay.
You already said dare.
Yes.
Do you know the song I'm a Little Teapot?
Yes, short and stout.
I would like you to sing that with
Yes.
all the actions.
Oh my gosh, I have to think of the words.
We can
I
sing
would
along
rather-
if you'd like.
May I act it?
Please do. Please do.
I'd like to declaim "I'm a Little Teapot" by Bernard DeKoven. I am a little teapot, short, stout. That's all I can remember.
Here's my handle. Here's my spout.
Oh, you know about me, do you?
Oh, I do.
Here is my handle, and here is my spout. When I boil over, hear me shout! Tip me over! No more, no more.
Like even my dogs came.
I even dropped the S-bomb. We're gonna have to put a beep over that later.
No, we don't.
Okay, cool. Because holy shit, that was awesome!
Years of theater training, you know. I do have a master's degree in theater.
Of course.
That was so good. I felt like I was on the Harry Potter set.
Yeah.
You are hilarious, Bernie. You are also now coming out with another book. I want to make sure and mention that as well.
Well, I'm coming out a little bit more slowly than I had planned to.
Okay.
Finished, but now I have to find somebody to publish it. So what I've been doing is pretty much giving it away.
Well, so there might be a publisher who listens to this show, Bernie.
Yes. Okay, I'm not giving it away.
You're not giving it only to people who you love so that they can review it
That's
for you.
correct. And who asked? Those two kinds of people.
Hey, you know, honestly, that is the way to. That's what you have to do with these books anymore.
That's right.
Is
So
give
the
them
name of the
away.
book is I Concur. I Concur. And the name of the book is The Playful Path. A Playful Path. And it's really talking, actually what it is a compilation of the posts over the last 10 years. I've taken my favorite ones and I put them together in an order that made much more sense to me than I knew I had written in about. And it all kind of fit together. And I think part of it is because the word playfulness is so powerful, at least to me it is. And it's just kind of, it's a perfect, I'm very, very proud of it and very excited. But it's kind of long it's like almost 300 pages, but hey.
It will captivate you and entertain. And I am looking forward to continuing reading more of it, Bernie. So I do want to thank you for letting me review it for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bernie DeKoven, you are quite fabulous. You can ask anybody who knows me. When I started PlayDHD, I said one of my goals is to meet Bernie DeKoven and to get him on this show.
That was like a major goal.
That was a major goal. I didn't know that you were going to be so easy to woo to get on this show because you're so wonderful and you love playing.
Yes.
Oh, I was just beside myself. I'm texting Stacey, Bernie agreed to be on the show.
And
so,
you didn't tell me, you gave me no intimation of how cool your Stacey friend was.
I know it did, right? I like to keep her a secret.
Oh man, this was so much fun.
I know.
Gosh.
She's quite fabulous.
Yeah.
I love playing with her. She is great.
I can understand.
That's fun. You guys are awesome. That was a great show.
Well, Bernie, thank you. And I do hope that we're going to have you back again. I know you're going to get your book published, and we'll have to talk to you more about that, and I'm sure many other things in the future.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So that's it.
For more information on PlayDHD, visit our website at playdhd.com or come play with us during recess at Facebook/PlayDHD and on Twitter at #PlayDHD. Oh, look, a squirrel!